Be yourselves. Everyone else is already taken. This quote by the poet Oscar Wilde resonates in my mind, the price of conformity. These few words attempt to express the crucial importance of daring to be true to our unique essence, to our wildest dreams. Yet, I know that this path is far from obvious. How many of us, stifling the creative spark within them, end up donning the reassuring costume of normalcy to meet expectations? How many, torn between their aspirations and the gaze of others, ultimately silence their unique voice? Let me share with you of the most famous experiments conformity. Solomon Asch's experiments on conformity conducted in the 1950s remain among the most famous in psychology. He wanted to determine if people would conform by giving clearly incorrect answers just because other members of a group gave that same wrong answer. Asch gathered male college students into groups of 7 to 9 together in the same room. Unbeknownst to one single participant, all other group members were Confederates working with Asch as part of the experiment. The real participant was seated so that he would announce his answers after many of the Confederates. The group was shown 2 white cards. One card had 1 vertical line which served as the reference line. The other card had 3 vertical lines of varying lengths labeled line 1, line 2, and line 3. The experimenter asked each participant in the room to look at the cards and aloud announce which line from the second card matched the reference line's length. Prior to the critical trials, the group provided correct answers, so the real participant gained confidence in the experiment. Then, over several critical trials, all the Confederates would announce the same clearly incorrect answers, such as saying line 1 matched when line 2 was really the same length. Asch wanted to determine if the dissenting real participant would change his answer and ignore his own visual perception to conform to the unanimous but wrong group response. Results showed a surprisingly high degree of conformity to false judgments by the Confederates. Participants conformed on average in 32% of the critical trials, with conformity occurring in at least 70% of all participants. Some explanations for the participants' conformity include normative influence stemming from informational social influence, doubting your own judgment when it differs from the group consensus, and normative social influence, feeling one must conform not to upset the group. Asch concluded people often set aside their own critical faculties to conform to group norms or behaviors. Asch found conformity was reduced if just one Confederate gave the same correct answer as the real participant. Having social support greatly bolstered individuals' ability to stand by what they saw to be true, even if it contradicted most of those around them. This pattern still held even when several Confederates gave the wrong answer, but there was still one dissenter. These conformity experiments left a profound impact on psychology by demonstrating how easily, frequently, and unexpectedly people will conform to an incorrect group consensus, even when it contradicts one's own senses. Through subtle peer pressure and self-doubt, conformity can override objectivity surprisingly often, though having even a sole ally reduced this tremendously.